Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Raw Dropped Reviews channel, and today we're taking a look at the Stars of Black series, Flametrooper from the Gaming Greats line. Looking at the front of the box, you get the figure that is included along with the accessory. You also get a sticker right here of the Gaming Greats logo, and you also get the name of the game that the character is from, along with the name down here. And on the side of the box, you get this amazing artwork of the Flametrooper. And like I mentioned before, by adding more characters from the same line, you can create a mural. So here's the Flametrooper alongside Zalbar. Looking at the back of the box, you get a bigger portrait of the character, the logo of the game the character is from, a description up here at the top. You also get the number in which it falls into the line, and a bunch of little warnings. Here's the side of the box, the bottom, and the top. So I'll go ahead and open them up, and we can see what's inside. Here he is, out of plastic. So here he is out of the box. And looking up close, he looks really cool. And I like the design of the armor. Kind of reminds me of a snow trooper with the, longer sort of like comma that they wear usually. And then the whole setup looks similar. So I'll go ahead and review from top to bottom. Looking at the helmet, it looks really neat. On the bottom half of the helmet, he has this sort of like guard down here. And then also he has this black color for the visor. And looking at the back of the helmet, he has this like orange decal, sort of like a line in the back. As far as articulation, he does have a joint at the top of the head, but he is very stiff. And he has very limited movement, as you can see. So he does not go side to side. And that's as high as you go up and down. Looking at the torso, he has this white chest plate here in the front, and it has some minor details, like these buttons here on the side. And here in the back, he has that pack of his. There are some minor details here in the back, and there is these like orange decals on each side. There's also some buttons here in the back of the pack. And the pack is removable right here with the peg, and it does reveal sort of like a harness print here in the back that's molded to the figure, and also has that peg where you can put it back on. And on the side, it has this like fuel tube which you connect to the flamethrower. And of course, you can put back the pack with ease just by matching it up with the peg, just like that, and you're good to go. As far as articulation, again, he is very limited with articulation and movement. So he does have a ball joint, but it moves very stiff right here in the middle. So you don't get a lot of movement. Here's side to side, back, and forward. Looking at the arm does stick out about there. It does go all the way around. His elbow goes up about there. And he has a swivel at the elbow. And his articulation at the wrist and at the hand. So here's all the way down, all the way up, and there's a swivel. The other side as well. Arm sticks out about there, goes all the way around. His elbow goes up about there, and he has a swivel at the elbow, and he has movement at the wrist and at the hand. So there's all the way down, all the way up, and there's the swivel. Looking at the waist, he has these pouches on the side of his hips, and he also has this lighter sort of like plastic for the comma or this bottom piece. And he also has this white belt here in the front. Look at the legs. The legs go out about there. They go out into a sitting position, and they go back about there. And he does have a swivel on both of his thighs, as you can see. And looking at the knees, he does have double knees, but it's kind of hard to fold them back with the comma piece, but they do go back about there. I also like how the knee pads are hiding the knee joints. That's a really cool feature. And looking at the boots, they look really cool, and they do point down about there. They do point up about there. And there's rock wrinkles, so he has some cool action poses. And finally, we're looking at the accessory he comes with, which is the flamethrower. Looking at the flamethrower, it looks really neat. It comes in a solid gray color for the most part of it. And then here at the tip, it has this red sort of like glow. To equip the flamethrower, all you do is just slide in the grip, inside his hand just like that, turn to a trigger finger, and you also give it some support here in the front, so you can move his hand right here if you want, and it looks really cool. And here at the bottom of the grip, you can find a peg or like a little hole here in the bottom. You can just attach the little wire right here that's attached to the backpack, and you can connect the fuel line just like that, and it looks really neat. So as an overview of the figure, I'm going to be honest, I am very disappointed with the articulation on this figure. I was expecting it to be a bit more smoother, but the only things that are a bit smooth in this figure are probably the arms. The legs, the torso, and the head are very tight. Especially with these types of troopers, you want to try and get as much movement as possible. And for instance, the knee joints, it's kind of hard to move them around, especially with that comma. So it's a bit frustrating. Visually, the figure looks really good, and I like the design and the accessories and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. And lastly, I'm really shocked that the Flametrooper did not come with the flamethrower piece. Even though with the Incinerator Trooper that we got in the Mandalorian, it had one. And, I mean, they could have just added it with this figure. But, I don't really know. It's kind of disappointing. And overall, I'm really saddened by it. And something I like to do at the end of these reviews is show you guys how I display my figures, having the box in the back, and the figure in the front. But I'm going to leave it here and say if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. And if you like the content that you see here on the channel so far, be sure to subscribe. And be sure to follow me on my Instagram page. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.